Almost everyone have at one point or the other think, should I continue with pension? Should I not? Why should I do it? This and that. So this video is going to be talking to us about why you should continue your pension or why you should quit about it. So it's going to be giving us the details about why pension is important and why it is not important, so you know, okay, what am I going to do? Give you basics, give you information to make in order to be able to make your decision on why you should quit or you should continue with them. All right, so give you the different reasons and all that, give you the different conditions, and also keep watching to the end. It is no news that, NHS in salary sometimes not enough for us to take care of our monthly bills and all that. Like, bills keep coming from here and there, everywhere and there, and you can't just cope. And I've had the thoughts as well. I mean, I'm not going to tell you my personal position at this point. Maybe at the end of the video I will tell you if I'm still on my pension or not. But have this thought of, why should I continue with pension when the money that I'm being paid at the end of the month before I finish spending on all the bills is not enough? Pay for rent, pay for this, pay for family member, pay for grandma swallowing results, so many things, like, you understand. So this is why I decided to create this video, in order to give us the information that we need to be able to make the decision as to why we should continue our pension or not. By the way, if you're not subscribed to this channel, I really encourage you to do so. Kindly subscribe, show us your support, turn on notification, like the video maybe at the end, or you can even like it now, because I promise you it's going to be the best video you've ever watched. So making the decision about whether to continue in pension or not is a very, very vital one. It's a big decision as well, one that comes with it, a dilemma. Why? Because you're sort of considering, do I continue so that my future financial state is not knackered, is not shaking and all that, or do I use the money to take care of myself now and maybe save the pension by myself? Do you understand? It's a question that comes to a lot of us. Like, do I keep saving it by myself and maybe take some of it in order to sort out my monthly bills, or just keep it and let it be so that my retirement will not suffer and all that? So what are the things that you need to do, you need to know in order to make this decision? So the percentage of salary that is taken away for pension in the NHS is usually between 5 to 13.5%, depending on what band you are, depending on just salary scale is, but it's usually between 5% to 13.5%. But some of us don't even know, because they're taking away tax, they're taking away pension, taking away NHS pay. Before you know it, like, the money is finished. And one thing you should also know is that the pension money that has been taken away from you, the percentage of your salary that has been taken away from your salary for pension, is usually taken before the gross pay is taken, before tax is actually removed from the salary. Do you understand? Let me rephrase. So before they tax your income, they will first of all take pension away, meaning that your pension will not be taxed. The amount of money they are taking away for your pension is not going to be taxed. They are not taxing it before taking it away. So you sort of have that more money compared to when it's being taken away after tax. All right. So for instance, you're earning £2,000 every month before tax now, and at the end of, after removing tax, you end up saying maybe £1,800 or £1,900. So the pension money is usually taken away from that £2,000, not from that £1,800. So it's sort of like more. Understand? It's sort of like more than what your take home. So if you sort of like opt out of paying pension, you will know that particular amount that they used to take off before, that used to be your pension before, pensionable pay, will now be subject to tax. So say for instance, you used to pay £100 before for pension. They used to deduct £100 from your salary, or it varies as the case may be, because depending on what you earn at that particular month, they take out between 5 to 13.5%. So for instance, they used to take out £100 to £150 before from your pay as pension, to keep for your pension during retirement and all that. When you opt out of paying pension, that £100 that they used to take away before will now be taxed. All right, they will remove their own tax from that particular £100 to £150 before adding it to your salary. So at the end of the day, you might end up maybe getting £50 out of the money that you used to pay for tax before, maybe 60, 70. Like they will take away the tax out of the whole total money because you're no longer paying pension, so they are not removing any sort of pension. They tax the whole salary that you earn. They don't say that, okay, because it's supposed to be for pension, I'm not going to tax it. No, they tax everything. So the amount of money you're earning at the end of the day will no longer be up to that amount you used to earn as pension. So when you're paying pension, you're sort of being paid higher than when you're sort of earning higher than when you're not paying pension. Now I'm going to tell you the advantage and disadvantage of this as well towards the end of this video, so let's continue. And another thing you should also know is that your employer, the person the trust that is employing you, usually contribute 20.68% of your pensionable pay. All right, so they contribute about 20%, roughly 20% of your pension. So you see yourself that you're receiving £200 monthly, like they are deducting £200 monthly from your pay as pension. Your employer is going to also be adding 20% of that pension into your pension, like your overall pension, because it's mandatory for them to do so. They are sort of trying to help you have a stable retirement or stable retirement years, as the case may be, depending on how many years it is. But overall, in simple terms, your employer, the NHS trust that is employing you, the hospital that is employing you, usually contribute 20.68% of your pensionable pay. They add that 20% to your pension in order to increase it further. So that is their duty, that is the requirement. If you stop paying pension, if you opt out of paying pension, you're no longer going to be receiving this 20% again. They will no longer be paying it because it ought to be for pension. The requirement and the law states that they add it to pension. They pay it as part of your pension, in order to increase the money for that. So if you're opting out, you're not going to be receiving that 20% again. And if, for instance, you're opting out of pension today, know that you can at any time rejoin if you want to. At any time you decide, maybe you opt out today, then next year you feel like, oh, I want to join again, you can always rejoin. And you automatically get re-enrolled into pension every 3 years. Say, for instance, you're still working in the NHS trust. It might be another NHS trust, it might be another hospital, but it's still within the NHS. You opted out of pension in 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. In 2026, they are going to auto-enroll you again unless you opt out or you tell them, I do not want to be enrolled, I do not want to continue pension. You tell them during that time, they are going to auto-enroll you. It automatically gets, enrolled again for you in pension. That's what we call auto enrollment. So that doesn't mean that before this time you can't go back to them and tell them, oh, I want to go back to pension, I want to go back to paying pension. You can always do that. But just know that after every 3 years, they always do this thing they call auto enrollment. So if you're opting out of pension, know that you're automatically giving yourself a quota. Like the total money you're earning, you're gaining overall is like quota reduced, because that employee pays out of it. They are no longer paying you that employee 20%. Then they are not taxing the income now. Like the money that you were supposed to be cut out for pension before is now being taxed, because the previous one, the pension, was not taxed. So you find out that you might possibly be receiving 50% of the money you used to receive instead of the whole 100%. Do you understand me? I'm just giving a rough estimate. So if you're paying pension, you're gaining £200, but if you're not paying pension, you might find out that at the end of the day you're not gaining only £100 or even less than that, because the money will not be taxed. The employee percentage will no longer be added to your salary. You understand me? So ordinarily, it would make sense for you to want to continue, paying pension. But a very, very vital point you should know that if you're not going to continue working in the NHS for life, like up to your retirement age, you would be advised to probably leave the pension, because you lose all the money if, for instance, you end up leaving NHS after 1 year, after 2 years, and you're no longer working in the NHS during your retirement and all of that. So you lose the pension. If you've been working for like 2 years, 3 years, and you didn't opt out, they're not going to sort of allow you to opt out again. So you have to make this decision on time. Like, do I want to continue paying pension? Like, I think it's advisable for you to make it within the first 1 to 2 years of you being less than 2 years of you being in the NHS, of you starting to work in the NHS. Like, do I want to continue pension? Do I want to opt out and all that? All right. So, not to answer your question, yes, I opted out of pension because I didn't want to continue working in the NHS. I didn't feel like the NHS was for me. So I didn't want to lose my money, keep on losing my money, paying it, and at the end of the day, I don't get to have it during my retirement because I'm not working in the NHS during my retirement. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So that's that for that. Now, to answer this very important question. So, can I opt out at any point? Can I opt out at any given point? No, you cannot. You can, you can, but you will not be given the previous contributions that you've made before if you let it stay after 1 year before you make that decision. Say, for instance, you've just come into the NHS, you've just been employed into the NHS, you have at least up to 1 year to make the decision whether you want to continue being in the, being paying pension or not. So if you say you want to continue paying pension, yeah, you will continue. But if you say you want to opt out, if it's still less than 1 year within that first year, they are going to give you the previous contributions that you've made before, the previous deductions they've taken away from your salary before, they will give you back. They will pay it back into your account. Now I received this. I received it into my account. It got paid in. I was so happy. I used it to do a lot of things. But if you let it stay till more than 1 year, like more than 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you understand, they are not going to pay you back the previous contributions you've paid, because it cannot be paid back. But you can opt out. You can say maybe after 3 years, 4 years, you say I don't want to continue paying pension. You can opt out, but you will not be paid the previous ones that have been deducted from your salary. So that is why you only have a deadline of at least 1 year to make that decision if you want to continue working, if you want to continue, maybe working in the NHS, or you want to continue paying the pension, you want to continue gathering your pension for retirement years or not. So some people say, oh, let me gather it by myself, but it's all up to you. That's why it's an individual thing, though, to be like, will I be able to gather the money by myself, or will I want to continue working in the NHS? These are some likely questions you should ask yourself. Do I want to continue working in the NHS for life? If not, let me make this decision within this first year to opt out of pension. It's very easy for you to opt out. Just go to the pension office, go to payroll office, ask them for the form. You can even download the form online. It's downloadable, or you can ask any of your friends. They have the form that you normally fill and return back to them, and they will submit it and then give you your refund if you're still within the 1 year grace period of opting out. Or if not, then they'll automatically take you out of it. They'll stop deducting pension from your salary, but you will not be refunded if it's more than 1 year. So ask yourself these questions. Do I want to continue working in the NHS for life, maybe up to retirement? Can I be able, if not, will I be able to save by myself, save the money by myself instead of paying it? Because money that is in your hand is very, very tempting to use. You want to use it, you feel you have money, you want to use it anyhow. So make that decision and actually stick to it. You understand? So make the decision. Be very, 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 very intentional about your spending. Be intentional about your saving. Be intentional about your decision overall. I don't know if I've been able to answer your question. I don't know if I've been able to give you the information that you need. If I have, kindly click the like button. Let me in the comment section what you learned from this video. You can ask me any questions as well, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications just to show us that you support us, you like what we're doing. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.